guys ready? I think you guys are. All right, turn your left, wave goodbye to all of those people. You guys can hear me okay, right? Awesome. Well, my name is Wesley, and I'll be your tour guide on this tour, as well as our driver. Her name is Jackie. I also have a co-host for this tour I want to introduce you to. You might recognize him from a little show called Saturday Night Live, and currently he's the host of The Tonight Show.
Oh, hey there. You made it. Welcome to the Universal Studio Tour. I'm Jimmy Fallon. I'll be making sure that you get through this experience in one piece. You've got the very best guide.
Wendy.
And the greatest driver.
Jackie.
They're the best. I love them. Even though
Wendy.
owed me $5.
Wait, what?
I know you guys are excited to get on the tour, but first, a few safety rules.
That's right, just a couple safety rules to go over. First and foremost, please stay seated at all times, especially when the tram is in motion. If any sort of emergency, medical emergency, drop something off the tram, experience any sound or video issues, there is an emergency cord right above you. Just pull that and I'll be back to assist you when it's safe to do so. Please keep your arms and legs inside the tram at all times. There is no smoking at any point on the tour, as well as please refrain from using selfie sticks. Please also make sure to wear your face mask at all times and stay in your assigned seat. And finally, be prepared for loud noises, fire effects, sudden tram movements, and if you're sitting in a blue seat, you might get wet. So protect those cameras, but have them ready, because you never know who or what you might see on the Universal Backlot. We are officially in the movie studio right now. We're heading down what we call our timeline, and you'll notice movie posters on either side of the tram that represents almost 10,000 movies that we've made in over 100 years of making movies. We celebrated an anniversary last month on March 15, 1915. We opened up Universal Studios, so we've been making movies here for over 106 years. Now, we're a city dedicated to making movies, and we function like an actual city. This is our fire station here on the right. This is not a set from a TV or movie. This is real heroes and real frontline workers taking care of us here on the lot. Now, we call it Fire Station 51, which actually pays homage to a TV show we did back in the 70s called Emergency. Also, if you guys watch Chicago Fire, their station is Fire Station 51. And if you ever watched a couple episodes of Friends, they actually had Fire Station 51 come to their rescue. The first portion of our studio we're going to drive through is the front lot. The front lot is where we have the majority of our sound stages. We have almost 30 sound stages here on the lot. We're building more every day, basically. On the left, you'll catch a glimpse of one of our sound stages. It is one of the largest in the lot. It is Sound Stage 12. It was recently used for The Voice, which now uses other sound stages on our back lot. And on your screens, here's some examples of some movies that have filmed inside that sound stage.
Say hello to my little friend.
Now, these sound stages are essentially like big empty warehouses. Then from there, they can build and create any world that they want inside. They are 98% soundproof, so when they shut those doors, you don't really have to worry about any noise happening outside. The walls are about 3 to 4 times thicker than your walls at home. Coming up on the left, we have sound stages 16 and 17 that were home to one of my favorite shows on NBC that sadly just ended this year, Superstore.
Let's have some patience for one another.
Yeah, you know, the heat makes us all act.
If your face stays where it is, it's gonna get punched.
A very, very funny show. One of the creators is Justin Spencer that also worked on The Office. So it's a workplace comedy about people that work at a fictional box store called Cloud9, starring America Ferrera, Matt Feldman, Lauren Ash, Colton Dunn, a lot of funny actors. So they actually built the entire Superstore inside those sound stages we just passed by. They also utilized Soundstage 21 up on the left-hand side. They had some other areas of the Superstore inside there. A lot of TV shows will use multiple sound stages so they can build their sets and keep them up so they don't have to keep rebuilding them over and over again. Soundstage 21 has been home to a lot of great movies. That's actually where they built Mission Control for Apollo 13, starring Tom Hanks, Kevin Bacon, and directed by Ron Howard. If you guys are a fan of the original Jurassic Park movie, the scene where the friendly brontosaurus sneezes actually built and filmed inside Soundstage 21, as well as parts of Whoville for Dr. Seuss's How the Grinch Stole Christmas. These sound stages here on the right we call Sitcom Alley. A lot of classic sitcoms filmed in these sound stages, all the way back to the Jeffersons, Different Strokes, Who's the Boss, Sabrina the Teenage Witch. Some current TV shows that utilize these sound stages. A new show called Mr. Mayor, starring Ted Danson and Holly Hunter. They just got picked up for their second season, as well as the show Good Girls, which their fourth season just premiered not long ago, starring Greta, Christina Hendricks, and Mae Whitman. Now you'll see a lot of trailers in front of these sound stages, especially right here on the right. These are dressing rooms for some of the stars that are working on these shows, say Ted Danson or Holly Hunter. Dressing rooms are now basically mobile, so if they need to film off-site, they can take the exact same dressing room with them. Over here on the left-hand side, we have these production bungalows. Now these used to be dressing rooms for stars like Lucille Ball, Jimmy Stewart, Doris Day. These were kind of like apartment homes from them. Back then, stars were contracted to only work at one movie studio at a time. So they were here for very long hours and long days. They'd kind of make these nice and cozy for them while they were filming here at Universal. Today, we've turned these bungalows into production offices for big writers, producers, and directors. Jennifer Lopez had a production office here. She was producing the show called The World of Dance that filmed on our lot. Vin Diesel has a production office here, of course, part of the Fast and Furious franchise. Also, Mark Platt, that brought us Wicked and La La Land. And we have a famous bungalow here on the left that we're going to pass, Bungalow 5195. You'll see a very famous profile on the side of that bungalow. That used to be the office of Sir Alfred Hitchcock, which brought us such classic thrillers like Psycho and The Birds. Coming up on the left here, we have two newer sound stages, so they look a lot different than the ones you just saw. These are built about 4 or 5 years ago, state-of-the-art, 100% soundproof. They have a lot of the production, post-production, hair and makeup rooms in there, so they can kind of take care of their entire production right there without having to go anywhere else. The first production to use those stages was Hairspray Live, if you're a fan of NBC doing those live musicals, as well as currently shows like Kenan. Kenan's a new show that stars Kenan Thompson from Saturday Night Live fame, as well as shows like Will and Grace, America's Got Talent, and World of Dance. Now we're crossing over to our backlot. So these are our big exterior sets here on the left-hand side. They're currently being used because American Ninja Warrior is back, and they're building their obstacle course to start a new season. You can see their logo right there on the trailer, so we're excited to have them back here. Right now we're going to travel somewhere tropical. We're going to head over to Skull Island and say hi to my good buddy King Kong. Here's Peter Jackson to tell you more.
That made me want to direct movies. I saw that movie on TV when I was about 8 or 9 years old, and I wanted to do something for me. I like films that just take you away from your life and sweep you off the edge. Kong literally does that. I mean, you're on board the ship, you're sailing to a lost island, you're encountering monsters and creatures from prehistoric times. So I was thrilled when Universal invited me back to Sky Island. It was great to be on the ride. Now, we have created this 3D immersive experience, so you're going to have your glasses ready. Don't put them on yet, but just have them in your hand because we're about to return to Sky Island. We really put a lot of thought into the character and personality of Kong, and he's so much more than a monster. In fact, he's not a monster. He is an incredibly majestic, ancient creature. He's a force of nature. He's old, he's wise, he's proud, he's fierce, and obviously he has a heart. The most important feature with Kong are his eyes. Kong's eyes are wonderfully expressive. They're full of emotion. His eyes are like a window into his personality and his heart. He's had an enormous number of encounters with his foes, the T-Rexes and the various dinosaurs on Sky Island, so he's been beaten up, scarred, chewed up, spat out by these dinosaurs at various times, and he wears the scars of a lot of ancient battles.
Alright, we'll be heading to Scott Island in just a few seconds. A reminder to please stay seated at all times. If you want to a little bit distracting for our driver as well as our guests. And welcome back to Skull Island. In the world. Now just hang on to your 3D glasses. I'll let you know if you need to put them on again. Now King Kong 360 3D was designed by Peter Jackson and Weta Digital. Weta Digital is one of the leading companies for visual effects. They are based out of New Zealand. They won 6 Academy Awards. They worked on movies like The Lord of the Rings and the Hobbit trilogies, Avatar, King Kong, and a lot of the Marvel and DC movies. Now those are some of the biggest 3D screens in the world. They are 40 feet tall and 180 feet long, using 16 movie projectors inside to bring that experience to life. Here's more from one.
With a project like the studio tour, the audience is in the middle of the environment. They're looking in all directions. There's creatures coming at them. They're seeing climber from this side and T-Rexes from the other side.
Working on a movie, we always want people are looking straight ahead. They're looking at the shot that we're working on.
Here you have to take into account that people are looking in all directions.
Also, one of the things about this wide range of movies that we're used to working on, there's no cuts because it's one giant shot. And this tram that's driving along through Skull Island is where the camera's from. This ring represents where the screen is 10 meters away. We're really creating about 50 minutes of a feature film. That amount of visual information, that number of pixels, and presenting them to the audience, it's a hell of a ride.
You may have noticed in the experience, a part of the tram appeared on screen. Now, whenever a vehicle appears on screen, we call it a picture car. Any type of vehicle, a train, a bus, a taxi cab, a bicycle, it's in front of the camera and is now labeled a picture car. So if you like cars, get your cameras out. On the left-hand side is our picture car collection, where you'll see cars from some classic movies and TV shows. We have some classic cars like the Ferrari from Magnum PI, some cars from one of my favorite trilogies, Back to the Future, as well as some cars from the Flintstones. And of course, our picture car collection would not be complete without some cars from the Fast and Furious movies, as well as some vehicles from Jurassic Park and Jurassic World. We also have some vehicles from Transformers that also filmed on our backlot. Now, speaking of Jurassic Park, we're going to to travel now to an island off the coast of Costa Rica, you guys need that proper introduction.
Welcome to Jurassic Park.
Some of the props and set pieces here you'll see were from the original Jurassic Park films, directed by Steven Spielberg. The boat on the right-hand side was featured in Jurassic Park 3. We also have the mobile lab up on our left was featured in the Lost World Jurassic Park with Jeff Goldblum, Vince Vaughn, and Julianne Moore. There's a couple other props around you, some vehicles and cages that were used for filming of some of these movies as well. Now they're just made out of plywood, very light materials. Waiting over a year to see you guys, so they're excited. We also have our Spinosaurus up here on the left. Don't worry, he will not spit on you. He is featured in our Jurassic Park ride before we renovated it to Jurassic World. Now, I was mentioning the Lost World Jurassic Park, and there was that mobile lab we passed by. So here's the scene that featured that mobile lab we passed by. So in this scene, two very angry T-Rexes are pushing the mobile lab off a cliff, which in reality was actually a parking structure. It was one of our parking structures on the lot. So they actually came here at night and dressed up the parking structure to look like a cliff. They hung that mobile lab from a crane, which actually was just made out of plywood, so it wasn't an actual vehicle at all. And then later in post-production, added in all those weather effects to make you guys feel like you were in an island off the coast of Costa Rica. And you were just on the Universal Backlot. Jurassic Park films, weather plays an important factor in setting the mood, and out here in LA we don't really get weather too often, so for movies we have to create the weather effects ourselves. So we're going to show you how we do that as we head down into an area we call Old Mexico. We're going to do a little weather demonstration for you. Old Mexico has been used for movies like Pirates of the Caribbean, Indiana Jones and the Kingdom of the Crystal Skull, as well as Nacho Libre with Jack Black. So we're going to get our weather effects going right now. We got some thunder and lightning. Now there's one thing we're missing to make that perfect storm, and that is the rain. So we have overhead sprinklers that shoot the rain straight up in the air so then it falls to the ground naturally. Filmmakers will sometimes use extra techniques to make the rain look more clear on camera. They sometimes make the raindrops bigger, will add milk or milk powder, even dye to the water. And nowadays, they actually will just add in the water with visual effects in post-production. Now, if you really want to step it up a notch, we can create a flash flood. And it's coming down the hill right now.
That is so crazy.
All that water came from tanks at the top of the hill, and it just recycled back up and just waits for the next tour. Our flash flood was featured in a movie called Big Fat Liar, starring Paul Giamatti, Frankie Muniz, and Amanda Bynes.
You can't outrun the wolf, kid! Yeah, we'll see about that.
Lady Gaga also graced her presence here in Old Mexico. She filmed a music video for her song Judas. So now we are crossing the border as we head into the Old West. This is 6 Points, Texas, some of the oldest sets on our backlot. We opened up Universal in 1915. Most of the movies we were making were silent Western films, which we made right here in 6 Points, Texas. Portland actually wanted people to come watch movies being made, so they actually had stadium seating here, so you could come and cheer on the good guys and boo the bad guys. And here's a look at some of those Western stars that moseyed on down 6 Points. some of these buildings, the doorways are very different sizes. Some are really tall and some are really small. It was actually a little extra technique they used to make some of these cowboys look taller than they actually were. So if you were a shorter actor, they would actually put you in front of a shorter door so you looked more like a big and brawny cowboy. Now these sets still get used today. TV shows like Castle, Superstore have filmed in 6 points. And most recently, a big movie production titled Once Upon a Time in Hollywood filmed in 6 Points, Texas. If you guys are familiar with that movie, Leonardo DiCaprio plays an actor and he's working on a Western TV show. And he filmed that Western TV show in 6 Points, Texas. So if you've not seen that movie, check it out. It's a really great depiction of our Western sets. On the left, we have Park Lake, a little body of water. You can kind of see through all the trees. That actually is a filming area. It doesn't get used too often anymore, but it was actually where the creature from the Black Lagoon lived. It was used for TV shows like Desperate Housewives, an episode of The Good Place where cheating Eleanor went on a date, as well as the TV show McHale's Navy, and Making It, starring Amy Poehler and Nick Offerman. This area is Little Europe, where we have our little European sets that can dress up to be any European city that you want. There's also a TV show that films here in Little Europe. There's some trailers over here on the left-hand side. This is for a show called Home and Family. It airs on the Hallmark Channel. It's a morning talk show with a cooking segment, celebrity, and musical guests, and they film here Monday through Friday. So we're going to head inside our Soundstage 50. This is a really unique soundstage. Now, most of the time, sound stages are just empty when a production runs them out, but this soundstage actually already has a set built inside. It is a subway station. So all you have to do is kind of dress it out, change it around if you'd like to, but it can look like a subway station anywhere in the world. Right now, it's dressed to look like a station in San Francisco. It was dressed up as a subway station in Washington, D.C. for an episode of Bones. That is just a trimmer of Los Angeles. Nothing to worry about as we continue. Okay, this is a little bit. Alright guys, no panic. Everything is just do it mind you in an emergency. I'll make your face no sound. Productions like I mentioned, the TV show Bones, Beverly Hills Cop 3, and Vampire have filmed inside. Now when Bones filmed inside, they actually used our mechanical effects. Here they are on your screens. Alright, it's pretty fun how you can use every inch and every part of our backlot for filming. You can actually use our animations as well. But since I shook you guys around a little bit, I want to make it up to you. I thought we could stop by the beach. It's such a lovely day today. So we're going to stop by the beautiful beach community on Amity Island. Yes, this is the same town that was terrorized by an man-eating great white shark, but don't worry, they caught the shark. He's hanging out in front of the hotel right there. It's such a lovely town. You can can go fishing and boating and shopping. That's the wrong clip. Please ignore all of that on your screens. But don't ignore the fact that there is, they caught the wrong shark, guys. There is a shark in the water. That's okay, we are on the tram. Oh, that poor diver. Sir? Sir, there's a shark in the water, sir? It's okay, it's okay. He is fine, he is a professional, nothing to worry about. Okay, so we're just gonna pull forward. We're gonna stop in the safest place possible in front of these flammable gas cans. You girls should have used your wands against the shark. So that is our plastic mechanical shark. He did a great job. He hit his mark and did the actions he needed to do, and now he's going to reset himself and wait for the next tour that comes to visit Amity Island. Now, another mechanical shark that did not hit his mark very well, his name was Bruce, and he was the mechanical shark for Steven Spielberg's blockbuster Jaws. Now, Bruce caused a lot of problems on set and actually put the production about 100 days behind schedule because he rarely worked. Every time they put him in the water, he would sink to the bottom and just have all sorts of issues. Now, if you think about the movie, you actually never see the shark for the reason it never worked. And here's a little more from Steven Spielberg about the issues he had with Jaws.
That's a much maligned shark. The shark was frustrating. It didn't really work all the time. It didn't work hardly at all.
Wherever you were on the island, you could hear the radio waves. They were always saying, the shark is not working. Repeat, the shark is not working.
We just waited around. We just waited and waited and waited. The shark worked well enough for a while there. So I really owe the shark a lot.
Actually was the first summer blockbuster. It was originally supposed to release Christmas 1974, but due to all the issues, it released summer 1975. And because of that, they saw people were actually going to the movies. Normally, they thought people were going on to the beach or going to outdoor activities. So now a lot of our favorite movies come out in the summertime. This is our residential area of our backlot. We have our chicken ranch on the right-hand side. This was originally constructed for the best little whorehouse in Texas, starring Dolly Parton and Burt Reynolds. Up on the left-hand side, you can see the end of a street that we call Colonial Street. It's a very simple suburban neighborhood, but if you guys were a fan of Desperate Housewives, that actually was Wisteria Lane for 12 seasons on ABC.
Everyone in suburbia can appreciate it. It's a good neighborhood.
As you can see, there's a lot of wilderness around, but it does get used for filming. A lot of crime shows use this area. Perfect place to kind of get them in the middle of nowhere. Shows like NCIS and CSI. And so as you watch the show 911, they actually filmed a limousine crash scene right on this street. Now over in this area, we used to have some really kind people that used to live here, but sadly they did move away. So we have some extra picture cars for you guys to check out. We have a couple cars from the Mummy movies of Brendan Fraser, as well as Bumblebee. Now, I'm not surprised these neighbors moved away. They had this neighbor next door for a long time. He's still here. He's still a psycho. Some of the film's famous sets still standing in Hollywood, the Maze Motel, and up at the top of the hill, that is the original Psycho house from Alfred Hitchcock's iconic film, Psycho. And there's Norman in the window. Of course, he's not wearing a mask, but at least he's social closer look at the Psycho House. This is the original one that was built for the 1960s thriller. It was actually built smaller to scale, so it looked farther away and more menacing up on the top of the hill. Now, Mother's still there rocking back and forth in her chair if you want to wave and say hi to her. She's not really having the best day today because somebody destroyed her backyard. And that somebody was Steven Spielberg, one of the largest sets ever built on our backlot. This is the spectacular crash site from Steven Spielberg's War of the Worlds. Those are Tom Cruise, Dakota Fanning, and Tim Robbins. Narrating off here for a moment, you guys can take some amazing pictures. Just please make sure to stay seated. And here's a little more from Steven Spielberg and production designer Rick Carter on bringing this amazing set to life.
The airplane crash site set is a perfect example of a set that is all designed around a vision that Steven had.
And to sit down to talk about the War of the Worlds, I thought, what if the 747 goes down right in a big neighborhood? Because it's just something you don't see.
You're doing good. You're doing good. Keep listen to me. Listen, listen. I want you to close your eyes, okay? Now closed. Robbie, get in. Get in.
Is a real plane. That's an actual Boeing 747 that they purchased for the production. It cost them about $60,000, which isn't bad, but to bring it here to the backlot, it cost them about $250,000. So they break the plane apart in 4 separate pieces we brought here on top of adding all the other sets that they had to build and put there to create this amazing scene as of a plane crash in a New Jersey neighborhood. And right around the corner here on the right, we have another set to show you guys. This is our log cabin, which was originally built for the great outdoors with Dan Aykroyd and John Candy. It was also used for the movie Shooter with Mark Wahlberg, Deja Vu with Denzel Washington, TV shows like Desperate Housewives, Coach, and most recently, if you're a Star Trek fan, it was used for the Picard show that's on CBS All Access. Now, right behind the log cabin through the trees, you can see a blue wall that is Falls Lake, one of the largest freestanding backdrops in Hollywood, and you can do some absolutely amazing scenes over there, including this one from the movie Sully, that starred Tom Hanks, the story of the miracle on the Hudson. Now this was filmed right in front of that blue wall, so there's a pit in front of there, so you can fill it up with water, dirt, sand, anything that you want. And then that blue screen is like a giant green screen, so you can project whatever image that you want. So they brought out their own retired plane, they had all the extras, Tom Hanks, they filled up that pit with water, and recreated this amazing scene on the Hudson River in New York City. So it was just filmed right in front of that blue wall. A couple other productions that I've filmed over there, a lot of big movies. The Pirates of the Caribbean films I filmed there. In fact, if you guys saw the 4th one on Stranger Tides, they actually built a really cool lighthouse set, and it was a battle between the mermaids and the pirates. Also, Jurassic World, the first of the new trilogy that we're doing right now, when the kids were being chased by the dinosaur and they jump off the cliff. Also, the movie Inception with Leonardo DiCaprio, when the van is falling within a dream into the river. And even music videos. Beyonce did a music video over there called Formation, as well as one of my favorite videos, TLC's Waterfalls. So we're going to head inside Sullivan's Truck Repair Shop. So we're going to put you guys into your own Fast and Furious movie. So the premise of this movie is there is a witness on board this tram, and we need to protect that witness at all costs. So we have Letty and Roman and Dom and Agent Hobbs protecting us from Shaw. So they instructed us to hide inside this shop house, and we're going to get further instruction on Roman as to what to do next. Roman, we are here, we are ready.
Hey, yo! They just got here. All right, I got it. But listen, hello, beautiful people, particularly you right there missing the 3rd row. How you doing? You good? My name is Roman Pierce. Pleased to meet you. My buddy Hobbs asked us to stash you with Shaw for a while. So we brought you in our secret spot. We're having a few friends over. It's a little messy, but it's all good. The more the merrier. Especially you right there in the third row, like I was saying. So look, see over there? It's Hobbs' urban assault vehicle. Best truck the U.S. government can buy. That work of art back over there was made by my man Tej. Think of it as like a Mona Lisa on wheels.
So did you break it down to them?
What's that?
You had one job to do, Roman, one. All right, look, guys, we're gonna keep Shaw from finding you, but to keep you safe, we need your help. We don't want the syndicate tracking us here, so put away your cameras and turn off your cell phones. One flash or one ringtone could give us away.
I need y'all to take this real serious.
Okay, pull into the next bay and we'll meet you in there.
So like I was saying, the third row, right? I'm saying, how much?
As they open up the doors, we all pull inside. Just a reminder to stay seated at all times. You guys do not need your 3D glasses. And we will just hang tight and we will head to the next room in just a moment.
This is what we're doing. This is the race day after party. And the what other?
Roman Pierce, FBI, don't move.
Bill?
That's right, party's over.
You know how long I took to iron this shirt, man? I'm up.
You're under arrest right now.
Hey, let's back up a little bit. Got it. It's lightweight. First of all, I don't work for you.
Oh, really? Well, tell me, Roman, who do you work for?
We don't work for nobody. Cop, I suggest you clear out of here, otherwise we can't guarantee your safety.
Guarantee my safety? I'm the one holding the gun.
Yeah, but mine's a whole lot bigger than yours. Escort this novice out. Let's go, Cookie Puss.
That ugly suit on, man. It's cheap.
Somebody out there really pissed off Shaw. It's gonna get ugly fast.
Yeah, don't worry. Lucky for you, our whole family will protect you.
Are you kidding me, Roman? You didn't shut off your phone, bro?
I gotta call you back. I'm in the middle of something.
See what I'm talking about?
Call you back.
Man.
It was on vibrate.
Shaw traced us. I just can't hold him forever. Letty, Roman, we're up. Try to move that vehicle.
It's about to get real interesting. My Mona Lisa's all warmed up right next door.
Roman, grab your truck. I need you and Letty ready to roll.
This parking structure to hide out. Go ahead and put back on your 3D glasses, or again, please stay seated at all times.
Which one of you is the witness? Speak now, or you all get fried!
This is our turn.
After them!
Okay, guys, it's showtime. This thing ain't moving fast enough. Roman, Letty, hook him up.
Hey! I got the bull by the horn!
Now we're moving.
Look out!
protected the witness, and you can resume reading.
You know what's crazy up there is you get a good
You know, my Mona Lisa got messed up a little bit, but it's all good. We got through it. My hell is death. Appreciate it.
They say the good of the family, the stronger it is. You guys did good out there. And we're welcome to join our crew
So that was Fast and Furious Supercharged, based off our largest movie franchise here at Universal. There will be a 9th Fast and Furious movie coming out this year, and there will be a 10th one coming out as well fairly soon. So that is reaching the end of our studio tour. Hope you guys enjoyed your time. On behalf of myself, Jackie, and everyone here at NBC Universal, we hope you enjoyed your exclusive behind-the-scenes movie-making experience. I know the past year was tough. I definitely went to movies and TV shows to not think about what was going on around the world. And we're so happy to have you guys back and to be able to make more movies and TV shows for you. A few quick reminders before heading back into the park. For riding any of the rides, please make sure to follow all team members when disembarking and embarking on the rides. Please make sure to wear your masks at all times and blow your nose as well as social distance. You can also download the Universal Studios app to check wait times and show times. The park is closing at 6 o'clock today, so you still have some time to ride a ride or two. Please watch your step when you guys exit the tram, and I hope you guys enjoy the rest of your day here at Universal Studios Hollywood, the entertainment capital of LA.
Time to rock and roll.
Bring your noise.
What do you have on here? It's a blues riff.